And now, MLB The Show's special coverage of the annual 3-day Topps Amateur Showcase is on the air. Today, we get the ball rolling with an intriguing matchup on day one between the prospects from the Eastern Seaboard. Robbie Schultz comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
West prospects. Center fielder, Robbie Schultz.
Nobody down here.
High in the air out to center field. Castilla is in pursuit. One out.
Batting second, the
At the
shortstop.
plate, Kelly Pedroza, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Bases are empty, one man out. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that is through into center field for a one-out single. The throw into second, and he is in there.
Batting third.
So stepping in, number 26, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. In there at the knees, strike one.
And one thing to keep an eye on as this game goes along, first pitch strikes. The more this guy can work from ahead, the better off he's going to be.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2. And you figure to see that change up more and more as this day progresses.
And the first time through the lineup, you want these guys to know that you've got this pitch in your arsenal. Sometimes pitchers want to hold on to pitches and not show everything right away, but here you want these guys to be thinking, I know he's got that changeup, so I'd better not sit on the fastball too often.
Freddie Thomas, the hitter now, with a chance to pick up that runner from second with two away. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Chopped foul right at home plate. And another foul ball. Two out here and a runner at second. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
All right, so he sort of wasted one up right there. Now I think we'll see a breaking ball down in the zone, trying to get him to swing and miss.
Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. More baseball on the show right after this. Louis Chavis strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Right fielder, Louis.
Into the windup and the pitch. Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Nice job right there to send that batter packing. And now that's 3 strikeouts for him in this outing. He looks to have pretty promising swing and miss type stuff for a young guy. And that's something that's always going to catch the eyes of the scouts and the front office execs. He'll do well to keep this up throughout this showcase.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning.
Well, you know, it's just like the song says. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out right there. You know, this guy didn't put up too much of a fight at the plate, but you've got to give credit where credit is due. He went right at him, and he collects a dominating strikeout, and that's not going to go unnoticed in those stands.
Here we go.
Line toward right center. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon. Manny Arias set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away. Runners on the move for second. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. And he is out at second. caught stealing to end the inning. One hit in the inning, but no one left. We'll go now to the top of the third. The East Stars lead it 1-0. Manny Arias digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Catcher, Manny Arias.
A little bouncer. That's a foul ball. Now the 0-1.
Hey, no outs here.
And I'm not sure, but it looks like he may have been blindfolded for that swing. It's 0-2 now.
That looked like a swing from a fantasy camp there.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Nasty breaking ball swung on in the dirt. A throw down to first, one away.
Batting ninth, left fielder.
Now to the plate, Antonio Guzman, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1.
Plays it first.
And he falls behind now, 2-0.
Well, when it's warm like this, you really have to keep the ball down. Try to keep guys from hitting it in the air because it will absolutely carry. That's 2 pitches in a row that were elevated.
To 2-2 now.
And if you're going to go after that pitch, you got to be thinking right field. I think he just pulled off of that one a little.
Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and another punch out here. 6 already, and that's out number 2. Robbie Schultz stands in, looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning.
Ball 1.
A fastball here as they'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
Yeah, looked like he hit the target. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but he made it pan out.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. This one's a strike. It's 1-1. Well, that pitch isn't going to light up the radar gun, but it's been effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
Foul right at the plate, and the count moves now to 1-2. Ripped on the ground to first. Castillo is right there, and he will make it to the bag, a step ahead of the runner, and that ends the inning. So nothing happening this time around. 3 innings complete. The Eastern Prospects lead it 1-0. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Eastern Prospects win this one 3-1. So long, everybody. With the draft coming up a fortnight away, the best young amateur talent in the world have gathered to compete in the 3-day Topps Amateur Showcase here on MLB The Show. 1 game for each team is in the books, and now it's on to day 2, and we've got a good matchup ahead between the prospects from the Eastern Seaboard and the prospects from the Central region. Diego Ornelas comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Diego.
And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole.
Hey, we got no out.
Ready on 1-2. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory.
I go.
And he's retired, 1 away.
Batting second.
Now to the
second
plate,
baseman.
Bobby Hanna,
Bobby
as he'll get his
Hanna.
first opportunity in this one. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one.
And one thing to keep an eye on as this game goes along, first pitch strikes. The more this guy can work from ahead, better off he's going to be.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And this catches the inside corner. Good spot there. It's 0-2.
Yep, same pitch. Right back to the inside part of the plate, and he gets caught looking at it again.
And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down. Rich Montañez gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
2 down now.
Now a swing and a fly ball. Casilla is in pursuit, and this will fall, but it's a foul ball.
Here we go, guys.
Chop foul over towards the dugout. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. An inning in the books. No score here on the show. Ralph Novak strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Third baseman.
Nobody away.
Ralph Novak.
Come on, guys.
Fastball in there for a called strike. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Change up, and he ain't buying it. 1-2.
Not too sure how you take that one on 0-2.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how you call it a ball either.
Hit hard on the ground to the right. Castillo is up with it, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Batting fifth.
Now at the plate, Howard Mims. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Line toward the gap in left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
And he gives up his first base knock here, but he's been looking pretty solid in this outing so far. Even though it's great to see a guy dominate on the mound, this is actually good because the scouts in the stands will now get a chance to see how he looks out of the stretch. Some guys, they really struggle out of the stretch, so we'll see if it changes anything for him.
And they'll get the fielder's choice play at second, but that's all.
Left fielder,
Ted Law set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
A runner on first with 2 away.
Plays at first now.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one man left aboard. We'll go now to the top of the third, and we are tied 0-0. Eddie Bruno digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Eddie Bruno.
Hey, come on, guys.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Now a swing as he pulls this one down the line in right. And he will make the catch while ranging backward as he just put the glove up and hauled it in for the first out.
Hey, that was nice.
Chopped weakly to the left. And he can't pick it up. That ought to go down as an infield single.
Center fielder
Diego Ornelas is into the box for his second at-bat. He popped out into foul territory his first time up. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Now a chopper to first. Might only get one. Throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all. But wisely, no thought of a return throw, and the inning will continue.
Second baseman.
Stepping in, Bobby Hanna. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball.
And hang on, he's out. Gunned down, trying to swipe a bag with 2 away, and that's going to put an end to the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. 3 innings complete, and we are tied 0-0. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com.
Welcome, everyone, to this. With the 19th pick in the first round, the San Francisco Giants select the starting pitcher from the East region.
Okay, so as we make our way through the latter half of this first round, we see another highly valued prospect come off the board. What do you guys know about him, and what's your opinion on this selection?
Well, you know, I like this kid. I don't think he's quite the same level of talent that we've seen taken early on in this round.
We've got baseball for you this afternoon from Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Red Sox and the Cleveland Indians. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci. With that, here's a look at John Farrell's Boston Red Sox. Steve, what's their focus as they go for their first win?
Well, they're facing a guy today that throws a lot of strikes, so you're going to have to be aggressive early in the count, but get the ball up in the zone. Shorten up a little bit, put the ball in play.
Fly ball out to straightaway right. Cowgill sprinting after it. He's there and records the first out.
One of the keys to the game for this guy is going to be getting outs early in the count. It doesn't necessarily have to be one pitch like it was there, but he needs to keep those 20-pitch innings to a minimum. That's a good start to the game for him there.
Squared that one up just a little late. Bases are empty, one man out. And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Kipnis is camped under this one, and he's got it for out number 2.
Batting third,
David Ortiz gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Lined hard toward right center. Almonte is there, and they breeze through this half inning as the side is retired. Takes just 4. Time now in Cleveland to take a glance at the Tribe's starting lineup. Steve, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, I'll tell you what, this team has their ace on the mound, so it's probably not going to take a whole lot of offense to get a win for them.
And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the Red Sox on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, Pablo Sandoval is one of the most surprising players for what he can do defensively. He doesn't have the speed or quickness to cover much ground, but he makes up for it with cat-like reflexes, situational awareness, and a very, very strong arm.
Rajay Davis.
Rajay Davis is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. Price is ready. Here it is on 0-2. Fastball got him looking as that had two-seam action on it. One gone.
Well, some guys use the fastball to get to 2 strikes and then use something else to get you out. Not this guy. He works backwards here and winds up getting them with back-to-back fastballs in the end.
So here's Francisco Lindor now. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
The windup and the 0-1. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Bradley is there. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Batting third,
Michael Brantley gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Well, Kingsley's a pretty fair umpire. Sometimes a pitcher will get a call in the corners, but he rarely has people barking at him about a strike zone.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Ready with the 0-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. 2 out, nobody on. High and deep to straightaway right. Castillo going back, still going back. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. Indians go down 1-2-3. After 1, no score. Mookie Betts makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
You know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
Belted high and deep into right center. Almonte going back on it to the track. But he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And a very quick start to the inning here. It's a first pitch double.
Off the bat, I thought this thing might be caught, but it just keeps going and going, and he nearly got it out of here as he winds up hitting it off the track. He's into second base here with a leadoff double.
Pablo Sandoval will stand in now with a good chance to break the seal here following the leadoff double.
Well, it's a good RBI opportunity, but you've got to remember your first job, which is to at least get that guy over to third base.
Kluber pauses. Here comes the first pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Almonte giving chase. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. And he'll make it up to third safely here with 1 away.
So a double and a fly ball move a man to third now with 1 away. Now, if they could just get another fly ball, it would likely net him a run.
Dustin Pedroia will step in here with a runner at third now, so maybe an important at-bat here early in the ball game.
Yeah, I think you really need to get something out of this inning, even if it's just a sacrifice fly. If you let this guy off the hook, he might not even give you another chance.
Bradley Jr.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Shot back up the middle, and a base hit as the run will come in to score, and that gives the Red Sox a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that's a good job right there with 2 away to pick up the first run of the ball game from third base. Very important to cash in when you're given the early opportunities, and he comes through big time right there.
Stepping in now, Rusney Castillo as he goes after the first pitch and lines one out toward right center. Calgill is there, and it's a very quick inning as the pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left.
Leading off with a Tribe, first baseman, Mike.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And that's in there as well, 0-2 now. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
How about that sequence right there? Fastball, fastball, and fastball again. No surprise what he's featuring out there today. Just straight hard stuff. And he gets the 3-pitch see you later.
And as the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. As Price starts him with a strike, it's 0-1.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
Called strike, 0-2.
He's found a pretty nice rhythm out here early on.
Swing and a miss as he ran that 2-seamer right by him for the second out. Yan Gomes stands in, looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first two guys going down on strikes to start the inning. This is hit high in the air out to left field. There to pull it in is Bradley. He does, and that'll end the inning. So they go quietly here in this half inning. We played 2 full. It's the Red Sox 1 and the Indians nothing. Back from Progressive Field as we're set for the beginning of the 3rd inning here on the show. Blake Swihart steps in here to start out their half of the 3rd. Top of the order to follow.
Yeah, and you know he's the number 9 hitter, but you've got to go to the plate right now thinking like a leadoff guy. Just find a way to get on base and then give those 1, 2, 3 guys a chance to drive you in or do something.
Kluber gets the sign. 0-1 pitch on its way. He pulls this one into right, and a base hit now, as that's how the 3rd inning gets underway.
This is what you call an ambush swing right here. You're hitting in the back of the order. You're looking dead red early in the count, kind of just hoping the pitcher might relax and forget about you for a minute. Then you get that fastball middle in, and you jump all over it.
Xander Bogaerts will stand in for the 2nd time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Almonte racing back. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away.
That ball was hit well, and it might have been a different story if he pulled it. Instead, he hit it to the big part of the ballpark, and he's retired.
Stepping in, Hanley Ramirez. He flew out in his last at-bat. Oh, and this fastball is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run. It's a 2-run shot for Hanley Ramirez, as the Red Sox have moved out 3-0.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Into the box now, David Ortiz. As he goes after the first pitch and lines one out toward right center. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Now batting.
And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. Settling in now, Mookie Betts. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
And remember, he jumped all over that first pitch, so don't be surprised if he does it here again.
High and deep to left center field. Brantley going back. Gone! So a 2-run shot to left center as the Red Sox break on top now 5-0.
And that's already 2 home runs he's coughed up here in the first 2 1/3 innings. He's not fooling anybody out there, and they just keep pouring it on.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And standing in now, the versatile Pablo Sandoval. Into the windup and the pitch. Hit hard to short. Lindor is up with it. Throw on to first is in time to get Sandoval, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting number 15.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the former MVP second baseman Dustin Pedroia. First pitch of the at-bat. That ball's headed for the gap in left center. He's got a base hit, possibly more.
Boy, they are really sticking it to him right here. That's the 5th hit he's coughed up in this inning alone, and you got to believe that that leash is getting a little bit shorter with each passing batter.
Here's the first pitch to him. That's lifted the other way out to left. Oh, and he misses it.
Now batting.
Yeah, it looked like a fairly routine play there. Don't know if he took his eye off it or what, but he winds up basically whiffing on the catch, and that's going to wind up a 2-base error.
Rusney Castillo will stand in another dangerous spot here in the inning as this ball game is hanging on the precipice of getting out of hand.
Yeah, I think you have to get this guy if you're going to have any chance of sticking around. Even a single here might put this one out of reach.
Now some movement in the Tribe bullpen as a right-hander starts to loosen up. Skied into straightaway right. Cowgill over to his left, and that ends the inning. So 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. We'll head now to the home. Juan Uribe will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
And they're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
We'll move ahead now to the top of inning number 4. Blake Swihart is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
Well, guys, they jumped out to that big lead early on in this game, but you really can't get comfortable. You have to keep putting pressure on.
But Uribe is right there to corral it for the first out. Xander Bogaerts will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
Yeah, and he just needs to make a small adjustment and stay through the middle of the ball. Think about hitting the line drive right back up the middle. Yeah, and a 1-out single here gets him a base runner in the 4th as you can check out his line so far. You'd like for him to give you at least another inning or so, but with numbers like that, you might be on pretty thin ice already.
He's set. Here it comes. Line drive to center field. Almonte is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. David Ortiz digs in. He reached on a single and would later wind up scoring in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. Hard liner toward short, but this will find the shortstop's glove for the 3rd out of the inning. Takes just 4 pitches to retire the Red Sox, but they hold. Leading off the inning, Michael Brantley, and they'll need him to get something going here. Time to pick this one up now in the top of inning number 5. Mookie Betts heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Swung on and hit deep to left center, but it'll kick off the scoreboard out there in left. Now here comes the Cleveland skipper up out of the dugout on his way to the mound, and he's going to motion for the bullpen as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. Josh Tomlin is going to take over here in inning number 5 as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Hit well on the ground to first. One there on to first, and how about that? He comes right out of the bullpen and gets the double play ball with 1 pitch. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the former MVP second baseman Dustin Pedroia. Pitch swung on and hit in the air, and Pedroia is going to have himself extra bases. And he'll make it in there with a 2-out double. Jackie Bradley Jr. will get an opportunity here in a run-scoring spot now following the 2-out double.
And this is really where you earn your money. Runner on second, 2 outs. Let's see what he can do here.
Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike 1. For Pedroia, he records his first double of the year here on opening day. drilled to the right side. And that is into right field, a base hit. And they're going to hold that runner at third base, as even with 2 away, they didn't like their chances there.
It wasn't just that he was getting fastballs there. He was getting hittable fastballs. This catches a ton of the plate, and he turns it around for a solid single.
Into the box, Rusney Castillo, as he lines this one out to center. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third.
Up next for the
Blake Swihart digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box. 6 runs, double the amount of hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Hot shot towards the hole, and that's in there, base hit. And they'll put the brakes on that runner at third, and that means the bases are loaded now with 2 away.
The shortstop, number 2.
Striding forward now for the Sox, Xander Bogaerts, as he'll go to work with the bases loaded and 2 away. This is line to left, and he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Settle for just the 1. Juan Uribe will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their...
Due to time constraints, we'll pick this one up in the top of inning number 6.
Getting on for the Red Sox, the designated hitter, Hanley Ramirez.
Hit high and deep out there to left center field. Looking up is Brantley, and this one is gone. A home run. It's a solo shot for Hanley Ramirez, his 2nd of the game, and the lead is now 7-2.
Well, it seems to me like we've seen this before. His 2nd home run of the ball game, and it would seem to me that he hit that one harder than he did the last one, so he's definitely locked in.
In now, David Ortiz.
David Ortiz.
And that's in for his 2nd hit of the afternoon.
And when you see a guy rip one like this, 1 pitch after the previous guy left the yard, you know you're dealing with a pitcher whose mind is elsewhere. That'll snap you back to reality, though, pretty quick.
In the air out toward right field. Calgill is there, 1 away.
That's disappointing right there. You figure you should get at least 1 more shot at the cycle before this one's through.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Belted high in the air out to left. Brantley ranging back. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. It's a 2-run homer for Pablo Sandoval, as this is now a 7-run ball game. Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia, as he's swinging first pitch and sends a line drive out to left center. That's in for a base hit. He's now 3 for 4. Into the box now, Jackie Bradley Jr. He singled his last time up. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. And they'll have runners at 2nd and 3rd following the 1-out double.
You make a mistake up to this guy, he's going to make you pay. This pitch is belt high, and he just jumps all over it and drives it into the alley to put runners on second and third now.
Rusney Castillo will stand in now with 3 home in the inning already and 2 more ducks out there at second and third.
And a chance to really put up a crooked.
Hang on, this is hit deep into right center. This looks to have enough, and it does. A home run. So a 3-run shot to right center field as this lead got even wider.
Well, as an offense, you always wish that you could bottle whatever you've got going right now and take it into all your games. Whatever it is, sometimes guys just feed off one another. They start thinking, well, hey, if this guy can hit a home run and then he hits a home run, when I get up there, maybe I can hit a home run too. And now that's 3 home runs they've struck for in this one inning.
Standing in now, Blake Swihart. And he gets a hold of this one again to deep right field. Gone! Back-to-back jacks on back-to-back pitches. Solo shot to right center as the blowout continues.
My goodness, it's not too often that you're going to see an outburst like this. That's 4 home runs in this inning alone. I don't know if the wind's picked up or everything's out over the middle of the plate, but baseballs are flying all over this place.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Well, he gets you out there, but he's not missing many bats right now. The guys are really putting together some good swings against him so far.
Coming to the plate again, Hanley Ramirez, as he'll bat for the 2nd time in the inning. Grounded back up the middle. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. Now to the plate, David Ortiz, already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here. This is pulled into right. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Now batting.
Well, this ball's hit pretty well, but this is a nice play out there to play the carom off the wall and then get the ball in quickly, and that's going to hold his man to just a single. That's a nice play.
Here's Mookie Betts. Oh, and he turns another one around here. And his fine ball game will continue. Give him another home run. So a 3-run shot to left center, his 2nd home run of the game, as they just continue to pour it on here.
Talk about everybody having hits. Jeez. I think everybody in this lineup's going to have a home run before this one's done. That's 7 home runs as a team.
Ready now, Pablo Sandoval, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
You know, he's just flat out a better hitter from the left side. He's a switch hitter, but it's no secret this is his favorite side to hit from.
Brantley is there to make the catch, and mercifully the side not before, and even 10 men come around to score here as they break this game wide open. Michael Brantley will stride forward to lead it off, and I'd imagine time to move ahead to the top of inning number 7.
Leading off for Boston, second baseman, Dustin Pedroia.
Hard hit ball to second. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting, left fielder,
Jackie Bradley Jr. steps in here. He'll look to keep it going after hitting a double and scoring a run last time up.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Hot shot on the ground to short, and that's through for a hit. Rusney Castillo will stand in again as we flash you back here to inning number 6. This was his 3-run home run that's really been the key blow to this point in the ball game. Hit hard up the middle, and that gets through a base hit. He's 3 for 5. And they've got the runner trapped in a hot box between second and third now. And they'll slap the tag on him here in the rundown between second and third. Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again. Into the seats, 0-1. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Runners off for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw not in time as he steals second.
This is one of those situations where those unwritten rules of baseball come into play. You've got a big lead. It's late in the ball game. This is where you really need to put the brakes on the running game.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And the stolen base winds up as a moot point as the inning is over. Red Sox leave 1, but you can forget. Yan Gomes will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. We'll look ahead now and pick this one back up in the top of inning number 8. Xander Bogaerts digs in, and he'll try to improve on a 1 for 5 effort thus far. And that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning. Hanley Ramirez will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, we take you back to inning number 6. This was his second home run of the ball game as he'll stand in here looking for number 3. Drilled right back up the middle. And another base hit as this is through into center, and they're in business now to start the 8th. David Ortiz steps in. He scored after reaching on a single his last time up. Now time is marked out by the home plate umpire. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line to the right side. And that gets down as he can't get there in time. Around third and being waved on home. And the runner from second is in to score. Throws there, and he is meat at home plate.
The batter, center fielder,
Mookie Betts steps to the plate here, working on a 5 RBI game. Quite a performance we're seeing from him in this one.
Just posting some gaudy numbers in this one, Matt. One to remember for sure.
Takes this the other way to right, but he'll barely have to move out there in right as he hauls this one in for the second out.
That's a disappointing final at bat.